Did you see that? A ghost.
First, I want to say I'm actually happy that NBA YoungBoy was acquitted. Second, unbeknownst to me, bitches was really out here, or this is still like a real thing, falling out over rides, babysitters, and food stamps. And so the thing is, so like if I got $500 in food stamps and I ain't got no car, and you get $400 in food stamps and you got a car, and we going to the same grocery store where we probably met using our food stamps, because I get more food stamps than you and I need a ride, even though we probably homegirls or whatever, I should either, in exchange for the ride, I gotta give you some of my food stamps, or I gotta buy the crabs. If you don't know what I just said, don't worry about it. Anyway, welcome to Paranormal Pentivity, a show about ghostwriting, songwriting, and everything in between. I am your host, Nayim Edwards. Today, I just had to get that off because it's just something I feel like this is the only place I can get little anecdotal things like that off. But now, what I was thinking about today, because we ain't gonna be here long, is who can a songwriter and a ghostwriter trust? The answer really is you shouldn't be trusting anybody. So I feel like I want to give the reasons why the person you shouldn't trust the most, or people you shouldn't trust in general, and why you shouldn't. And I'll probably just break it up for a couple of, we'll rock with that as far as this show. I was in a situation a little while ago where it wasn't nothing heavy, but it was a situation where I realized that I do not trust engineers that are not strictly mine. And let's be for real, in this game, you don't have an engineer that's strictly yours. Unless like that person solely works for you, you don't own anyone. Unless you are the engineer yourself, which in a lot of these cases, I'm the engineer myself. So it works out. I'm like riding down the fucking interstate, and I'm watching a live stream, or I'm listening to the live stream of this engineer, and it's all good. And we cool. We still cool. But he's in the studio with all these other people, and all of a sudden he starts playing music, because that's what engineers like to do. They like to play music and show off their skills and show off the songs that they put together. It's no different than a rapper playing their music, a singer, a rock star putting together a demo and all of that. And then I hear a song that I worked on up there, and my whole thing is, why are you playing music nobody told you to play? You really gotta be careful. And not only he played that, but he played one of my songs that did not even come out until months and months and months or whatever later, or whenever the fuck, I don't know when it came out, but it came out. It wasn't on none of my projects. It was on something else. And I'm like, yo, fucking mosquito bit me right here on my chest. I don't know how. But you really can't trust none of these fucking engineers. Like, that's the last person you should fucking trust. Fuck the record label. Fuck the manager. The engineer is somebody you just cannot fucking trust, because you'll get your song stolen. Worst case scenario, they'll take your song if they hear your shit, and they feel like, because a lot of what an engineer will do is they'll hear something that you can't hear in the song. They'll take your shit and they'll give it away. They'll take your music. Oh, it will sound better if this person sang it, or if you did this, or they'll have somebody come in and change something. They'll have somebody passing your file out, sending your file all over the place. I do not trust engineers. Like, not even a little bit. I don't even trust a motherfucker. Real talk, I'm gonna be for real. I don't even trust sending a motherfucker an email with my stuff. Like, if I can't be right there, it's like really hard for me to trust, because that's what engineers do. They play music. They take their music here. They show their shit off. They do this. And it might be on purpose. It might not be. But you do have those engineers where if they hear a song, it's like, to make it a little bit more relatable, what I'm saying, it's like Mike Will made it in that Future song, Move That Dope. That was not a song that, if you recall, or you might not recall, Future came out and was like, this song, I didn't even recognize this song because this isn't the song that, this wasn't like to the beat I recorded. He went back and he changed the whole fucking song, and you can tell that song was engineered in a way where he had to take and move this and move that and make it sound like that. That's what, the fuck was that? That's what engineers do. I don't trust that, because if I'm working on something, maybe I don't want anybody to hear it. That's why you gotta, like, people who work with people like Kanye West and Jay-Z and Beyonce and them, in any real, we just hold them up because that's like the whatever of music. You're not gonna be doing this over here and then you're gonna have the ability to take the music and play it somewhere else. Like, I really don't like that. I feel like it's a confidentiality thing, and maybe we need to start, because I know people do have them, but we need to have these agreements, or you need to have an agreement with an engineer, like, you're not going to play this music for nobody else, you're not going to share it, don't even fucking speak on this until it is time to actually speak on the product. And it's not just engineers for music. It could be an engineer for a podcast. It could be an engineer for a movie. It's just, I do not trust engineers, because an engineer your shit will be leaked, put out here way earlier than you need it to be, just because they want to play and show off what they've done. Because how else are you going to know that an engineer is good unless you actually hear the music that they engineered? The problem is when they play music that is not meant to be played when it's played. Anyway, my name is Nayim. I am your host. This is Paranormal Pentivity. I will holler.
Did you see that? A ghost.